that now.
The big challenge, of course, that even if he's having a good day, there is Twiston on the other side, a player with so much promise, and I know at times we haven't seen him really shine the stage. There's been the odd map where he comes online. It's getting that engine going, though, and seeing consistency. That's a way to start it. Already Twiston did finding his zero, and Scream falls down just a couple of seconds after. Vitality are off to the races already, Tom.
Yeah, an aggressive start, I like this. Basically just trying to...
Which now means on the low ground, they've lost that high advantage. We all know what Anakin said about that one. And still in a spot, though, where just two on site. There is some little strange options here, but on towards the right-hand side. Easy close out in the first round here. Vitality sending everyone around the corner. Navira can only find the one. Comfortable first round for Vitality. On here, Screen's managed to get on through as well. Good bit of util comboing together on the back of this one, but behind him. Don't think he's aware of what's going on in Tree. No, completely missed. The Twiston was off towards the one side. A trade back though onto him. Still keeps things nice and even. For now, KC, you're going to back away here. May even find Sender waiting. Gets one before himself, falls down too. So, sure, they've got themselves into good positions. They've moved as a team, but they've always gone 1-for-1 on their movements through the map.
Navira's spot is huge. He's going to get them positioning back in towards this A site. 15 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for them to get in, and he's even going to find Molesy as well. Patience from Karmine Corp. Not overstepping the mark, baiting those rotations out from Vitality, and now Bone Cold is all that's left.
And it's forcing that constant 1-for-1 play that's really helped them out here as well. Bone Cold's going to try and do whatever he can, but they know exactly where he is. A good swing out from XMS, and KC get on the board. Got a touch on, by the way.
Twiston somewhat alone here on this side of the map. Has a little bit of pressure in towards the market, which is Sender going to be pushing forward. Navira is somewhat tunnel visioned in. I'm not sure what made him believe that that spot was clear, but that's a very easy kill.
That's what more they can find at the back of this. Sender once again converting into another from market. XMS finally getting the trade. We'll give it to both teams so far. That trade play finding the 1-for-1's
going to risk trying to get there in the last few seconds, and with the stack up of players that ended up on that B site, that was almost made a little bit too easy.
Potentially here around Arch just before he gets pushed back. But bit of an A hit coming in here with 4 players all grouping up on the push through.
Destrian's taken a lot of damage from that snake bite. Paranoia is sublime. A secondary flash as well, and he gets both! He was so low on HP, and eventually it's just the trade-outs. I don't know how Destrian gets away with that much. What?
Agent is coming in, Scream straight in there, nice and aggressive, but Bone Cold is already out of dodge. Getting absolutely melted by the utility, and finally it's Twisted to finish him off, and they're going to have to back out here because of the Killjoy. Great response by Vitality.
He almost just crouched into the ult. That would have been a little bit awkward, but yeah, it's a waste. They've used some ults, garnered nothing for it. 2 players down. Do they now use the lockdown? It almost seems wasteful with this many players already on the deck, and there are 3 players waiting for them to try and push in. This read is not good, and Destrian at just random intervals decided to spam a couple of bullets, and well, now they don't have the choice to use the lockdown because they don't have it anymore.
Just sheer filth. And I feel even if the lockdown had come out there, looking at the spacing of the players on Vitality, they're ready to deal with that every day of the week. You have got the KO coming up from the backside as well. Molesy slowly working his way through spawn. But it feels like this round is pretty much already done and dusted when there's just one left. Now it'll be a race for who can collect the kill. New Zero maybe from behind. There it is. Molesy collects it. Another comfortable round for Vitality.
The ults that are currently stacked up over on this A site, they can use both of them to deny utility and vision and sound and lose half their health.
Nice use of that live pit as well, just to force the ball back, but the immediate response coming out from Bone Cold. Deafening everyone out here, but they push on the underside. No! Sure, Navira finds Twiston, which is the kill that you're looking for. They've got into 2 here as well. It finally feels like KC are building up some thunder, but Sender comes off towards one side, and he's got it all to do, facing off against 3 players.
Yeah, big round from Navira. We've seen this operator many a time, and he is homed in on the angle. Wow. It'll be a 4K from him. Finally, we see someone on the...
Be seen near this mid-side of the map, but they feel so wary of it because of how much damage he has done around this area of the map in previous rounds.
It seems like they know that there's a player on this corner. Yeah, they're going to pre-fire it. Good trade from Destrian. Paranoia as well to try and slow anybody down as the rest of the team look to try and execute out. But Destrian is just taking over. It's the second time he's taken a risky fight and come out on top. Thing is, though, he's just still going. A 3rd kill now for Destrian. And 2 more pressuring Twiston.
Those 2 are coming together so well in the middle of the map as well. just constantly collecting kills. Destrian and Sender this is as well. I know Sender went down there, but he was the bait that let Destrian find XMS and make it a third in the round. Out comes this Viper's Pit, just about getting onto the plant spot, and also a lot of control inside a tree. This might make things a little bit risky for them. Finds one for himself, and it's going to be a bit of a bait here as he goes in towards tree, but they found two and managed to close the round out. Look for a second.
Like players that I think coming into this roster, people called him like, oh, he's the support player. He's the guy who's going to be throwing the utility.
No.
Not in this map. He has been obliterating opposition. Molesy under pressure. He'll go down, but of course, Danger Man Destrian is there to trade.
Of course, he is just always there as well. Jump peeking for the information, knows that they've lost tree control, and the push is coming in. XMS goes down as once again you have Sender pushing up through mid. Just the constant pressure they put in, not just from the front side, but they give KC no room to breathe. They're almost forcing them to push forward into these unfavorable forced positions, because from the back, you're also being stabbed. Really good half so far from Vitality.
If they somehow manage to kill him off, it's going to be a huge upgrade of weaponry for the players on the other side.
Ridiculous.
Oh, timing. They're going to hear the reload. It's not being watched. Free kill for Scream. He's actually going to get a double. Finally waking up a little bit. Spike taken onto the site. Now, he is alone at the moment. Maybe having to wait a little bit.
Oh, well placed. It's going to force these players either back in towards Wine or out down A main, and that's exactly what Vitality wanted. They know they're going to have a couple of players in Wine. This could be very, very dangerous on the retake.
Yeah, already getting it to half. In fact, no, Sender's just sticking it all the way. He's not let go. They're just going to defuse right in front of their eyes. It goes from bad to worse for the side of Karmine.
Trying to kind of bait them into a false sense of security. Could get nothing away with it. Dipped himself away, really trying to hold them at bay here. But Vitality are just marching on forward. Again, Sender has been the backstabber of the century in this game as they march their way in towards site. Scream falls down elsewhere. Shin goes to a great tap coming in, but it's simply not enough. As said, sometimes it just comes down to that gun skill, and Vitality have got it in spades in this game.
Spike planted.
Twistin lurking in the backlines. There's a few low players. That's really the only saving grace, but Destrian still full HP and XMS still needing to find out where some of these players are. Doesn't even know there's a flank. Nice shot at least onto Molesy. It gives him an opportunity to try and isolate one of these jewels. This would be the big kill, but already getting tagged low. A headshot connected. A chance for freebie. Oh, I didn't want to.
First half, really close range smokes and trying to push through with the Sheriffs to make it an all things equal fight. Sadly, that one may be a little bit too creative. Vitality had the better read. Still in full control here. This is where the execute comes on through. Navera's going to find one. And that's at least kind of one of the flanks shot out here, where Sender normally has been the man making those kind of plays. KC into a second as Destrian and Sender stack things back up, and they establish normality once more in full control against just New Zero on the other side. Spike is down.
Behind and basically just hoping that somebody is playing directly off the back of the smoke, but Vitality have decided, let's just play passive. We don't need to take any risks here. Timmy the turret will be the one facing, and Destrian, well, Destrian with a triple. I feel like I've said that at least like 8 times, because you can sort of get yourself a little bit more information as to what's going on the other side. Nice shot from Scream, though. Twistin actually was the one with the spike, so that definitely makes things a bit more awkward in this round for Vitality, but of course this is a bonus, and Destrian again. This time he's the one backstabbing, although there is a secondary backstab.
Yeah, from Vitality, even though Destrian is the one currently sat at the top of the scoreboard. Zero's going to be able to find one, but can find nothing here as well. Even sat in the bonus round, we've got, what, 4 full rifles on side, so Vitality don't feel too beat up here about their chances. Scream finds one, but it's a spray through from Destrian. No one is stopping this man in this game. Sure enough, down goes the Spike. XMS and Shin with it all to do.
And that's the thing, all they need to do is trade from here, but the flash is just perfect. The supportive utility from Vitality is just diffing KC by an absurd margin. And while Shin, he hasn't thrived on this Viper. I want to see him back on the initiator. Vitality are going to close this with ease. This was...
They do it and you're like, but no, not like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly how the feeling's going. Got it. Alrighty, I mean, I like it because I was about to say we've seen the damage that players like Sender have been doing on the flank on the last map. I don't mind them having the turret on side to at least help to hold down some areas like that. But Vitality have started this map exactly the same.
Yeah, KC at least get to start on the defense. That's, bone cold, bone cold. Okay, I don't know what's happened there, falling asleep at the wheel. I don't know what contact he was waiting for, but they've not only taken a lot of damage, they've lost a player in the meantime. This is one of the best scenarios we've seen throughout the series. I know it's the pistol round, but they managed to bring this back to a competitive standpoint. Bone Cold is dancing around within the smoke. He's going to get a freebie because of it, and the time is ticking away. Still a couple of players yet to be found. Bone Cold got tagged so desperately low, but now on 3 kills, they're back to the end zone with 4. I don't know how Bone Cold survives in the round, let alone coming out with a multi-ability and all of Killjoys, and they get in unscathed.
This is the battle now once again where you've got to fight your way through. It's a 5 versus 4. Great paranoia across finds 2. And Sender collects at least 1. Good play coming out from Pedestrian, who now has assumed control of tower. And there are 3 players at
And then just comboing the utility that they have. Like, that's the thing you have. That's probably the weakness of the composition for Vitality is flashes. They literally have the paranoia. That's how they get in.
Okay.
Other than that, not a whole lot more. Obviously, the main goal here is just to try and make things more costly for the side. XMS is cursed.
Cage triggered.
I swear, like they every time they're pushing into his setup, they're going for these aggressive plays on the other side of the map. Sender's gonna go walking through. Showstopper in, Scream's done well. Denial of some space. He just got lost. He's not heard him from behind. Like, what?
Shot up to completely the wrong place there as well. Didn't realize him. I think it's the whole team. It's not looking desirable with the way things are going now, down to 5 and 0. Maybe a timeout coming in, because I feel at some point you've got to put the brakes on and figure something out.
Well, that's the thing. They're continuously not having a full
Force again.
Yeah, they're just being direct. They just don't care about the utility on the other side. Scream, though, this time in position, but it's only going to be a one and done. They managed to get themselves the opener, and bear in mind, there are still weaknesses in the buy that is there for Karmine Corp. Spectre in Zero's just gone through. A little bit delayed on the push through the smoke, but at least they've got the trade back. And this time, they have
for it. It's the indecision that gets shown there in the middle of the round. You know, you've got 2 players hovering, one towards spawn, one up towards mid, and they're like, okay, is it A, is it B? Where do we go from here? Shin finds one, going to go for a swing here onto Destrian. He's playing off the back of this too. Now wants to go for the cross, to look in towards the sides itself, and has the right idea. They've got that numbers advantage. Is this the first time they find a round?
They're waiting with the nade, still holding this utility. Time ticking down, and that will at least buy them an extra couple of seconds. Shindo's doing well, holding onto this cross, not allowing them to get back in. If he could just deny this on his own. And Shin has awoken. A 4K that will grant Karmine Corp and deny the players up top.
Go on right in towards spawn as well, and here we go on the high hit in towards heaven. Marching on in, 2 players on the low. Screams for down! Just when he pulled the ult out as well. Big kill coming out from Twister. And dropping in from the skies comes Mulsey. A second in on towards XMS, and Casey have crumbled here in round 7.
Entry duo of Twiston and Molsey are just filthy. They're doing so well to isolate Jules. The shot from Twiston onto Scream as well was just nasty. But then also you've got Molsey who just goes, okay, we've worked out where this last man is. I'm just going to style on him. And that's the crazy thing. Like, you look at the scoreboard right now for Vitality, they're not even getting that many kills. Like, it won't look that crazy considering this is a 6-1 scoreline, because most of the time they get 2 kills and then the round ends.
I mean, thinking about it, there's been, what, a few 3-man saves coming out from KC this game as well. Bone Cold's able to just stroll in once he's had the jet and the raise. The security guards charge on 4, make sure everything is clear, and then in he strolls to merrily put down the plant. KC for yet another round here as well, are forced in towards Garage. They keep on sending 2 players in, and then they're always forced to fight their way back through. Navira finds at least 1 back. It's a small reprieve, though. It's still a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, and they've barely taken any space. Finally making their way back through. Navira has managed to get 1. Already looking to try and get onto the plant, hiding in the smoke. Navira might just have this kill for free, but they need to start getting on some form of defusal. The time just ticking away, and I think Navira's already had to make the call to just escape this one. Evan, I don't mind the change of strat, but unfortunately for them, it makes no difference at all.
Absolutely none. I mean, to some level, it's...
I have a decent idea that Viper's here as well. It's definitely not ideal on the weaponry front. Both of these players only having pistols slowed them a little bit, made them vulnerable, but XMS is now stuck in the site and they know exactly where he is. The hopes will be to just try and get out of here. A nice shot at least, though. Again, one of the better scenarios we've seen for KC. A 3v3. Oh, Scream's going to lead the charge back through.
Simply can do nothing about it as well. Sender's found himself with 3K in the round. Not wholly unexpected, given KC were a little bit down on their money in this round and didn't come in with a full buy, but they're slowly starting to turn things back around. Sadly, Navira stepping forward for a 1v1. Same story for New Zera. Vitality.
They also have Seekers, which again means you've got every single ult you could need for a retake. Showstopper's going to be used instantly, and well, there goes the lockdown.
Well,
see you later.
They're going to send me for Tom. It's all yours. It's an absolute bowl over again. All right, Shin, we've seen him have a poor Let's not even talk about that one. Twisted closing things out. As I said, coming into Ultimate, just to check if anyone was in garage, and with the answer being no, they're going to stick here on A.
Here.
Vitality with about 30 seconds to work with here. We've seen them kind of make a decision several times in this series between the 30 and 40-second mark. And sure enough, the players coming in, TPing towards backside. They know that now there is one there, but it's trying to find the others. They don't know about the Omen. That's a little bit too close. They get rid of one, and it feels like finally they force them back, but 2 kills come in.
It doesn't seem to matter.
No.
The clutch plays on the other side. Spike's in an awkward
like
spot,
this.
and Dastrian, he was just looking to retrieve the spike. A clear read coming through, and I can only imagine this is going to be a straight-up retake. Sender's only goal, get 1 kill. That's the aim here. Get 1 kill off any sort of trip, and well, the trip's already been destroyed.
More they know, because off towards the left and off towards the right. Enemies are everywhere at the gates. He gets 1 to do 0 as well. Shin finds 2, makes it 3rd as well. That's the kind of hold you want to get things moving. We said, was it repeatable? It's taken a while, but it has come back in. Bonecore's got to do it now against 3.
I don't think he's going to be able to stop them getting their 2nd round. That's something at least. Getting that Viper's Pit would definitely set them up if they can get into an afterplan. And they are slowly taking themselves some mid-control. However, there are rotations coming in thick and fast in towards this B site.
There we go, playing on the flash as well, straight in towards deep side as well. They know about the one up close as well. The Omen that I'm worried about for a few seconds, it's Destrian up close and he cannot win out the gunfight. Scream finds his man, they're on the side as well. Down goes the Spike and 1.
Watching, waiting to see if anybody attempts to play outside of the pit. Instead, they are all somewhat trapped in towards this corner. It might just be an attempt to try and lock them in towards the end, but instead, the double swing out works wonderfully. And now Sender, last man standing. A Spectre probably not going to help him out too much, and again, he might just want to try and kill them all off.
Splash comes out as well, and there we go, new 0 on the swing for a second, thought he might miss it. But they find it in case. Side. They've rapidly got themselves on A here, and are looking to march on in and get this spike down early.
Yeah, not really expecting much from this point onwards. Operator up, Screen just farming up those frags, already got the Showstopper online for the next round, and he definitely seems to be building in confidence, a complete farm up, and even looking for the ace. Destrian is in point. Are his team going to give him anything? No, XMS wants to pad his stat. Utility coming around the other side, maybe just to try and bait that shot out and allow Scream to take that control.
Out, sees the man as well, going to dash straight out. Showstopper comes on through, going to find absolutely no one, but Shin has got the entry, and that's exactly what they were looking for. They see the back of the cape, and it's Screen popping off. Twiston bringing him down in response. 3 still left for Vitality here, but as you mentioned already, the momentum just keeps on rolling forwards. And a bit of a rotate coming in for Vitality. Bone Cold holding firm, but there we go. Navira's at the very back and gets the response. It's op versus op, it's 2 versus 3. They're going to find one for themselves. A swing comes in, and this literal trades back and forth. XMS has got a hold. Dashes in. What are you doing, my man? Gets just out of it and swings in. XMS puts him in the dirt, and they
are going to start doubling back towards this A side, maybe expecting that this is a stag. Destrian is going to be hearing everything. Has the paranoia available and could cause them some serious issues. They're not checking this angle right now. It should be for free. No. The Omen strikes again. And now with 15 seconds, they got to go. They've just got to save. There's no chance of them winning this round. Just fade away and hold on to the guns.
10 seconds
They should
left.
get away with this as well as they're not being challenged. I say that. You got Molsey on the walk around. Also Desha on the other side. Looking to somewhat pincer in. Then they'll realise that they've got the Viper hanging at the bottom. Are they going to bother trying to go for this? It feels good to get rid of the op. It's Molsey to make this work for 6 rounds in a row.
Oh, Molsey's going to peek as they're spamming the wall, but Nuzera guarding, patient from XMS, catching them on this aggression. Bone Cold, if he can get this kill, he actually has the res, brings it back into that 4v4 scenario. Spike still trapped back as well. That's a bigger problem, and Destrian again! He always seems to be in the backlines, always seems to catch them with their pants down.
Left.
And it might just prove to be absolutely fatal.
He's having to go the long way. They were watching and would have caught the man with the spike. 20 seconds left as they look to make the move and just almost give it to him as a freebie. It's left to Navira trying to clutch this out. 1 versus 4, shot missed, and it's game over.